Hello and welcome to Paxton Road TV. I am Sam Spurs for Life. This is your Paxton Road TV reaction show for the game that's just finished, Premier League match. Manchester United 3, Tottenham Hotspur 2 at Old Trafford. And yeah, Tottenham do it again to us, didn't they? We lead us up that path of thinking that we're there, and then they go and do that to us. But anyway, I've got in the house joining me to go through the reaction show today, Sid Spurs and down the lovely Christina Z. How are we both doing, ladies and gents?
I'll let you go first, Christina, because
yeah, I mean, I haven't been well, and now I feel a bit unwell again. So, no, that was one of the most ridiculous defeats I think we've seen in, well, not quite a while. But it was one of those games that we should have just won it, and I don't even know how we didn't win it because United were absolutely poor. I thought it's just sucks because it's United as well. But no, really bad day today.
Yeah, we didn't play well today, but Man United looked awful. I think we were, of the two teams, you would have seen if you just looked at visually, we looked like we were the better team. But we make mistakes, similar things. Again, a set piece costs us. We've let Ronaldo, who's not really done fantastically well. He's always going to be a man that's going to be dangerous that pops up, but he's not the Ronaldo of 5 years ago, you know. So to him to score a hat-trick, lead his team through, why can't we have players that do that? Do you know what I mean? This is what I can't get my head around. He turns up today. Man United have been shocking. They got battered in that second half against Man City. What have we done? We pretty much flipped it on its head. We was the ones who was really aggressive against Man City and looked like a really good team. And then we've got this Manchester United team turn up today and just let Cristiano run his first hat-trick for Manchester United since what? 14 years ago or some ridiculous stat like that. And he's only scored one before that. It's just makes me just deflated to think that this is all the time, that one extra step. We were talking about it in the preview show, you know, always like, it's Old Trafford. We've got to be, anyway. Sid, I'm sorry for ranting. I just wanted to just get that little bit off my chest. What did you think of the actual performance of Spurs? Because again, it looked half decent in points, but again, mistakes cost us. Desire of one player to drag his team over the line, and we didn't do the same thing. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts, you know what? I don't think we were that good, to be fair. We played against, and if you ask Man United fans, and they'll probably back me up, a shit Man United side that are not firing on all cylinders. No Bruno Fernandes. You got Matic and Fred in that middle, right? And we still cannot ping a pass together. I mean, Bentancur today was shocking. Yeah, first 10 minutes, how many times did he lose the ball? And I mean, it wasn't only him. There was a lot of them that was shocking today. And if you can get beat by a Man United, this bad Man United team, right? We're doomed. Honestly, shocking. We discussed this yesterday, and I told you lot yesterday we're going to get beat. Yeah, I told you lot that. And also, Sam, what did I say to you? You said, I'm not bothered about Ronaldo, and I'm not bothered about Cavani. Yeah? What did I tell you? This man, when we played them at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Ronaldo, although he didn't do much, he scored, and Cavani stole the show. But today, you give a man who's 37 years old that much time, that much space, and he's going to bury it. He's one of the best headers of the ball in the Premiership. And what do you do at a corner? Give him all the time in the world. And not even Doherty, I don't know what he was doing. What was you doing for that? You're not anywhere near him. And he gets the winner. But overall, mate, honestly, I've said to you, we take this one game at a time. Don't get too excited because I'm done. Honestly, God, I'm done. And I'm telling you now, anybody got next Sunday available at 4:30, I've got 4 tickets to give. Well, not give. I'm going to sell them.
You're not quite that generous.
Yeah? No, I'm not that generous. But if anybody's stupid enough to go and watch Tottenham play West Ham, right, you can have my tickets. Give me everything on whatever. I'm done with this club. If the players are done, I'm done. That's it. I'm not interested. Honestly, shocking.
You know the first. Sorry, I'm going to just have a little bit more of a rant because that first goal, you can forgive that. We were probably the better, and it would again. I'm not saying we were very good today. We were probably the better of two very poor teams, in my opinion. Today we were playing away from home, but it's the Old Trafford kind of voodoo or whatever it is. But we've done well over the last couple of times we've been there, 4 or 5 times visit. But I looked at that Man United team, and you mentioned it earlier. They had Matic in midfield. They had Fred, and then they had Pogba, who's playing in that kind of like 10 position or just behind the striker, whatever you want to call it, just behind Ronaldo. He hasn't really got that much legs. Matic don't really have much legs. Fred's about the only one. And yet still, I'm seeing them. I'm seeing Matic. You know what I mean? Matic looking like comfortable in midfield at times. Comfortable. That can't be right, surely. That can't be right. And for the second goal, when Sancho breaks, again, a mistake on that left-hand side. Sancho breaks down that side. Who's running in behind? But Ronaldo again. How's he getting there when we got 3 centre-backs? What's going on there? We got 3 centre-backs and he's on his own in front of people, scoring and slotting it in. That don't make sense. And for the corner, like you were saying, the best header of the ball is Ronaldo. Our best header of the ball probably is Eric Dyer. But yet I've seen Romero make mistakes at corners, and yet he's the one who's marking him. And then the person that's the second person to pick him up in front is Doherty, who then doesn't even jump, he ducks. You can't coach anything. That's just absolute shocking behaviour for footballers to not get that sorted out. The best player that if from corners, and you don't double up, you don't mark, you don't really... it annoys me that we lose games like this to things like that. Did you see any positives in the performance today, Christina? Did you see anything that you thought, was good? Because I saw some patterns of play, but it's the same old thing. Dr. Tottenham again turns up.
I actually thought first half we were actually not bad. I didn't think we actually played as bad as people were making out during the first half, but I literally thought this was going to happen before this game, because the hype from that Burnley game, it was just ridiculous. Because to me, as I said to you guys, that should be a win, whatever the case is. So yeah, we should have won 5-0, whatever. They're an easy team. They're bloody getting relegated at the end of the day. Like, that's it. And then again from that game, I had people commenting to me saying, you should apologise for the comments you've made on Doherty. Today just pretty much said it all, because it's 2 years he's been at this club and he's only played 2 good games. Absolutely awful today. So there we go. I thought Kane wasn't that great today either. There was nothing really from him. And I heard he has been, in the changing rooms, shouting at the players, apparently, being the vice captain as he should be. But I saw none of that today on the pitch. There was just no passion. It was like they were getting the ball near the box, but no one wanted to do anything about it. It was just frustrating. The only positive I can say from this game was first half it was all right, but the fact that we couldn't lose to this United team who have been so poor this whole season makes us look even more worse, and it's just a disgrace. That's what's going
to make it even worse is when you see some of the stats. When I quickly, obviously, when the game's finished, I just quickly have a look at the stats, and I thought, we look. I was hoping that we dominated. I could see we probably dominated in terms of possession, but then I was thinking, and the commentators were even saying, Gary Neville was saying, every team that comes to Old Trafford this season, they give up opportunities. You get opportunities. Even the worst teams, Watford, get chances to score against them. But then again, I'm going to put them up because it's just for me. It's just. It just indicates why this team can't go any. Right, okay, let's do this. Mate, sorry, I've even got the thing wrong. I've not even changed this thing. As I can see, it's 3-2 Man United. I've not quite put it in, but the possession stats are right. 43% to 57%, 10 shots each. Man United 6 shots on target. We've got 3 shots on target for a team that has been shocking. In terms of even last week when I saw them play Manchester City in their second half, didn't create nothing. They gave up. They're still getting more shots off on target again. 150 odd corners. Man United have only scored 1 in 150 odd corners that they've taken, and they score another one today. Again, our Achilles heel and fouls, it doesn't really matter. Again, just looking at the stats, Sid, does it make any good reading that we had 57% possession at Old Trafford?
But possession means nothing. Everyone knows that in football, possession means nothing. It's what you do with it, and it's how many goals you score. Them 3 shots on target, it should be 2 shots on target because Harry Maguire had the 3rd one, didn't he? So that's a shot on target for them. But Old Trafford, you know what? In this current situation where Man United are playing, I think any team, even the likes of Burnley, Watford, or whoever, if you look at Watford's stats last week, I'm sure they had a lot of possession as well, and they had a lot of shots. Any team going there at the moment will get a lot of possession and that, and because United are not that good at home. But you know what? 10 shots. I'd love to see the actual how many saves the he made because I don't
remember him doing many.
Exactly.
Do you remember? I don't remember him picking anything out.
Yeah, so that 10 shots, it should be lame shots or dribble shots or I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But you know what?
And they had Harry Maguire. I was giving that guy, and he was rubbish. I don't think Harry Maguire is very good. He's not. Varane was covering him quite well today. He was getting to things that, you know, Maguire was for me was the weak link in that defense. But again, how can we not take advantage of that by not getting opportunities to have more shots off at goal? Kulusevski didn't perform that well today. Again, he came off 70 odd minutes, and then you brought Lucas on, who was buzzing around, but again, didn't look like he was really going to score us a goal. So that's our problem now. You know, once we've got our best 11 on the pitch, and we don't get that in front, or we don't pull it, what have we got on the bench, really? You know, we've got Lucas Moore and Steven Bergwijn, and then bringing on Harry Winks.
I didn't even think we should have subbed off Son, though. I didn't understand that sub.
There was a load of players that could have come off for me, if you're honest with you. But what did you think of the substitutions, Christina, yourself?
I thought Kudus should have stayed on. Son should have come off. I don't know what was wrong with him today. It was like, it reminded me of me when I was drunk in my heels. Like, I didn't understand what was wrong with him. And I love Son, but that was terrible from him. That was a very odd substitution, I thought. And then there was a double one. What was it at the end? Winks. And
Bergwijn.
Yeah, Bergwijn. Yeah. It just didn't have any impact at all. It was just
again with the Son thing. I can understand, because when you're trying to chase the game, I guess you've got to think to yourself, even if Son's not in the game, there's chances are his pace, he could do something. The combinations of him and Kane, those two players are almost at the stage where, when we're chasing the game, they're almost untouchable, even if they're really playing badly. And I guess that is the point. If it was Son, Kane, or Kulusevski, you all could have come off, in my opinion, but you're not going to take Kane off, and you're probably unlikely to take Son off. So Kulusevski's the only other one, unless he was having a blinder. And that's a bit of a problem for us. We can't seem to make a sub for the players that might be even in a worse situation than some of the others, if that makes sense.
He was the only one I would have thought, if there was to be a goal from us, I would have thought it would have been from him. That's why I was really surprised that they took him off. I don't know.
He didn't look too happy as well, did he, when he was going off as well? So I think Benny won as well. I think that was 85 minutes too late, in my opinion. I think he should have gone off a long time ago. But who do you bring on? That was the problem, like you said, Sam.
Yeah, I looked at the first 20 minutes of the game and said there was opportunities for Spurs following Man United's goal. Even though I saw Man United score the goal, I said there's opportunities for us. And there was, because we up to that final third, again, in and around that penalty box. Man United, when they scored and we equalised, they're having to chase the game, so they're leaving spaces. Then when they score again, they're dropping back, but their defending was not that great, so you can still get through them. But what we didn't have, when we're playing without our wide players to create, and then we have got a bit of a deeper line block, we haven't got anybody to then thread. I thought Bentancur might start trying to play those threaded balls, but he didn't attempt any of that today, not once. And he was giving the ball away a few times. Yeah, he tries to recover and make it back, in his pace gets him out of trouble, but he did give the ball away a few times. But that's been talked about in as much as some people have said, when he that's one of his traits, that he does give the ball away, but his athleticism kind of gets him out of it. Whereas Harry Winks, if he gives the ball away, struggles to get it back. Not to say that's an excuse, but yeah, we were giving the ball away too many times today. You were saying it earlier, Sid, we just can't seem to pass. What happened with the wide players today? Because, you know, Doherty, we have to sing his praises when he does well, but again, long-term solutions for Spurs at wing-back, he's not going to be that. We thought we might be able to see a consistency through to the end of the season. Did we see the old Dorothy back today?
Do you know what? He made one or two mistakes. I mean, there was that one in the first half when he got the ball played to him and he cut in, and then he had a shot which was blocked. And then he should have scored because Kane should not have gone for that header because the ball was falling onto Doherty and he was running on. I think if Kane misses that, Doherty scores. But again, Doherty should be shouting at Kane to say, listen, I'm behind you, leave it. In all fairness, I think Benny was more shocking than Doherty was. I don't think Doherty was as bad. You know, I know, Christina, you were saying he was shocking and that, but I think there were worse players than him on the pitch today. None of the wing-backs did anything for me. I think if Madrid come in for Reguilon, I think I'd let him go, to be fair, because honestly, as a defender, I know we was discussing this yesterday, I don't really think he's as good going forward as well as defending. I don't think
the crossing from both of them today is inconsistent. I was saying we can't cross wide areas consistently. We can do it for maybe 2 or 3 crosses out of every 20 probably, but then because that was a problem. I saw the crosses coming in from Doherty and Reguilon, both were not of a standard from wing backs when you're attacking from those areas. It's not like we're creating in those middle areas. That's where we create our chances, in the wide areas, and you can't cross. It's terrible, in my opinion. It's terrible. Any standout performances for you, Christina, today? I'm going to get
absolutely no one. I'm not even joking. There was no one I could actually say was even all right.
God, let me come to the team. This is the team, the starting 11 anyway. Lloris in goal, Romero, Dyer, Davis. It's going to be a standard team, I think, for the rest of the season. It will probably be this now. Doherty, Bentancur, Højbjerg, Reguilon in the midfield 4, if you can count the wing backs as being that, and Kulusevski, Son, Kane making up the front 3. Sorry, Christina, what was you saying about the team itself?
No, it's just I was actually going to say the first goal. I thought I forgot to mention it. I personally thought that was Dyer's fault. I thought he should have gone in for Ronaldo at that just before he took the shot. It was, I don't know, because some of you said it should have been Lloris that should have saved that goal. I don't know. I thought that was Dyer's fault. But
I agree with you. Dyer should have closed him down, but I don't understand Lloris when he dives. Why does he go with his not with his natural right? He should have gone with his right, but he's going for that elaborative. You know what I mean?
I see that all the time, and
he does
that, and that's where his weakness is from long shots. Is that I think he goes with the wrong hand himself as well, because that doesn't seem natural to go for it. It seems that you get this one up further than the one he comes and kind of puts across his head. I don't know. It's just a technique he's got, I guess.
But you still got. I think you're right, Christina. Dyer's got to close it down, and that's the problem with our centre. I think Romero and Dyer, they don't close people down too quickly enough. They just let them come onto them, and you can't give Ronaldo that kind of space and time.
No way. No chance. I mean? You kind of knew as soon as he got that ball, you thought, oh, he's going to take a shot, isn't he? And I just thought, if I'm known that, why isn't Dyer known that? You know, it was just, I thought it was his fault, that goal. But I agree with the Reece thing. He's done that a few times. I've noticed that as well. Højbjerg, he was a bit around the place he was, especially the first half. He was running around everywhere, that guy.
I thought Højbjerg, of everybody today, I think he was probably, for me, the one of the better players today. I think Romero had a decent enough game apart from that last bit at the end. But I don't think anybody else really excelled at all. I can't say excel. Højbjerg didn't excel, don't get me wrong. But if you're looking for a best of a bad bunch, I'll probably say Højbjerg was probably my best player.
I think Kane passing was off point today as well, weren't it? Proper off point today. He's just couldn't get his passing together.
But what is it that we lack? Try and put your finger on Christina for me, because I can't understand this. I just can't, because it didn't look like we were really. No, it's a passion. We didn't, even when we got the equaliser back, both times it didn't look like we were really right, because that team were there for the taking. You've just got to apply just a bit more pressure. Just take a little bit more risk and play them balls through that middle. Try and thread them. It was too safe when we couldn't thread the balls through the middle. It was like, okay, we're going to go wide again. Then when we go wide and we get it down the lines, we can't cross. And we don't beat the man too often. So, and even when we do beat the man, the balls into that box area, even from drag backs or whatever, are still not going to anybody. We didn't seem really that threatening from wide areas, although we did have opportunities to score. So, what can you point to that we lack? Not just a passion. What else is there for you?
I don't even know. Well, today I thought like it was like when they had the ball, there was no like communication from the players. So it was like no one knew who to go to next. So it was just I thought it was quite messy. It's like I said, we got near the box and everything, but it was like no one knew who should touch the ball, who was going to shoot. It was just all over the place, in my opinion. No one knew what they were doing, and when you're playing against United, these are the sort of games that we should be going out there wanting to score. These players should be wanting to score against these teams like this. Like I just saw none of that, and especially from someone like Kane. I thought he was really going to go for it. Everyone was hyping him up like before the match, and I thought, okay, yeah, maybe because he's been playing so well, maybe this is he's going to do it all for us. There was absolutely nothing. It was just the most frustrating game. Really frustrating.
Yeah. Sid, do we have to accept that this is about our level? And what I say, that I'm just going to go to the league table as it stands at the present time. So again, I'm forgetting the top three. Manchester United now in fourth, 29 games played, 50. This is what I'm saying about the mathematics of the thing. Arsenal, 25 games played, 4 less than Manchester United, 48 points. So only 2 points behind them. West Ham United played 28 on 45 points. We've played 27 on 45 points. So again, if we get to the same sort of level of games as Manchester United, in theory, we could be on 51 points. I don't hold out much hope that we can win these games in hand, one of them being against Arsenal anyway, and that is effectively over. If we didn't pick up a result against them, then effectively, like I said, they are in pole position for top 4 now, Arsenal. Sid, are we where we should be? And the table doesn't really lie. Are we punching above our weights when we beat the likes of Man City and think, yeah, we should be aiming for top 4?
Listen, we said this the other day, didn't we, before the FA Cup tie, that we'd take 14th or 10th in the FA Cup, yeah? And I'm still sticking with that. I think 7th, the way we've played this season, I think we're punching above our weight. Seriously, because I'm look at this. Arsenal have got 4 games in on Man United, and honestly, I'm going to say it. If Arsenal don't get that top 4, and Arsenal fans should be in uproar because they're in pole position. You know what? And as much as I hate to say this, if that was Arsenal today, they would have took Man United to the slaughterhouse. They would have battered them. I'm telling you now, they would have, demolished Man United today with their attacking football. And for us, 7th, I think that table is not right. We shouldn't be there. I think we're punching well above our weight, and I still think we're not going to finish. I think we're going to finish below 7th, because you can't have this win-lose situation. We're not even drawing games. It's either win or lose, isn't it? It's like when you go to a casino and it's you're full on or you're bust, and that's what we're doing. So next 2 games, I think, will define where we're going to end up, because we got Brighton away and then West Ham at home, and if we don't get anything out of them 2 games, then I think the table's not going to lie. We're going to end up where we belong to end. Where we belong.
We can't even really look forward to the West Ham. Not say look forward. That's probably the wrong phrase. I can't move on to the West Ham game before we've even taken on Brighton in midweek.
Yeah.
And that's going to be, again, when we talk about the best that Conte gets out of the team tends to be when they've had enough time to prepare. Brighton's going to be a tough game. Is it on a Wednesday? I think.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday night.
Yeah. So it's going to have the customary couple of days. They're definitely going to have tomorrow off. They'll probably get a warm down Monday session. So they're only going to get Tuesday realistically, and maybe some of Wednesday to do any sort of training on shape, whatever they need to do, because that's going to be a very different game again. Brighton are probably going to match up in terms of, three at the back. I just don't know what to expect now from Spurs. I really don't know.
Don't expect top 4, that's for sure.
That was gonna be my next point, my next magic trick. Where do you think after this now, realistically? Again, we can look mathematically and we can say if this happens, if Arsenal do, because they still got to play the top team, blah blah blah. But I'm just thinking of it. They're in pole position. We've got to play them, and even if we did beat them, we're still 6 points off them if they win their game tomorrow. So realistically, Christina, where do you think this Tottenham team's going to end up at the end of the season?
I think our next game with Brighton, I did tweet it saying how poor that they've been because they've only won like 7 games, is it, this season?
Yeah.
I think they'll probably beat us, in my honest opinion, on Wednesday. And I want to say, if we are end of the season, I reckon Tottenham will finish probably 8th place. That'd be my bet. But I think, like you said, we don't even deserve to be 7th at the moment. It's terrible. And yeah, if Arsenal don't finish top 4, I think that's even worse on them because we've basically given it to them now.
Sid?
I like I said to you, I think where we are now is a false position. I think we should be lower, and don't be surprised if Wolves finish above us and anybody else. Let me have a look at that table again. Sorry.
Yeah, if you want to depress yourself, you can do that.
Yeah. See, Wolves are 2 behind us. Villa, Villa are on a good run at the moment as well. So don't be surprised because it's.
Yeah, we've got 9 points. We've got 9 points on Villa. Surely, the lowest we can finish the season would be 8th. I'm not going any lower than 8th. I would, like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if we finish anywhere between 5th and 8th. I said I'm now trying to dissolve myself, rinse myself off, get myself off this top 4 talk. I'll still big it up, but in my head, I know it's not really going to happen because if we get top 4 this season now, I cannot imagine how many of those other teams above us are going to have to mess up consecutively for that to happen. I just don't see it.
Do you know the other thing as well? The other day I said to you about what is there more of in the world, doors or wheels? I think it's wheels because our wheels are falling off big time, aren't they? I'll tell you that now.
Jeez. Let's have a look at some of these comments. It's the Southampton, Wolves and Burnley games that's killed us. We're shit. 10 defeats already this season. Yes, Marlon, marking was pants and not for the first time. Again, at the corner set pieces, it's where you really don't want to be conceding goals. And we seem to. I'm always scared when there's a corner against us. I don't feel like we're going to score any, and I always feel like we're going to concede. That's not a good combination to have for us as set piece. That's got to be sorted out, surely. We've got Eddie Ryan saying, "Can someone please tell me who Diane marks and did he make a tackle in the game?" Again, we can look at individuals. I don't think the defense had the best game in the world, but I don't think we were up against the toughest forward line in the world today. We were just up against Ronaldo. That was it. Do you know what I mean? And we have our worldies in our team. We can talk about Kane, we can talk about Son, and we can say, yes, they are world class. They are the Premier League's combined top combination. But I didn't see enough today to suggest, bits and pieces. It's not enough. What have I forgot? Jagged saying, I can't watch this. Sorry, guys, I'm out. This football club has done my head in. Good night. He's gone. Gums are with the laughing faces. I can see you, Gums. I see you. Let's take one of these Gums. I've got a feeling that today's going to be a good day. Yes, Gums are. We can see you.
It's bad when there's more United and Arsenal fans commenting on here than Spurs.
I know.
One touch is said, you guys are probably the better team. Region is absolutely awful. How did you, man, rate him? Son slipping like he was dancing a nice mouthfeel. I don't understand with that. He slipped about 3 times. I think just go off and check. Someone just, Son, put your metal studs on, the longer ones out. What was going on with that? There was a couple of good positions he got in, and he just slipped over. Again, not taking that as excuses, but surely somebody could tell him, Son, you might need some longer boots on here. Lucas said, got our best player, whoever he was, take your pick. I can't be asked. Not more than 6. Maybe one player got a 7 out of 10. We needed plenty of 8 out of 9s to 10. Wow. Who would you say was a 7? Christina, if you had to give your best player of the day, who would you give that play? You might not give a 7, but you might give something. What score?
Oh my god, that's like the hardest question ever.
Can you throw on a friend?
Oh my god. I don't even want to praise anyone because no one deserves anything.
I know that's what I find it really difficult to answer that question, but I try to look for positives where there might not be any.
I don't even know. Like you guys said, probably Højbjerg, maybe.
You know what I'm going to give it to? You know I'm going to give it to our third top scorer, own goal. He played well today. He seems to always pop up with a goal every now and again for us. So own goal, own goal. You know, he's our third top scorer.
Oh yeah.
Come on, Sid, man, keep up. So who are you giving it to, Christina? Did he say? Was there anybody?
Højbjerg. Yeah.
What about yourself, Sid?
I ain't giving it to nobody. I'm sorry. Yeah. No one. You know what? No one deserves. I'd be struggling to give someone a 5. I'm struggling to give even someone a 5.
I was going to say Ramiro just purely for the reaction after Maguire's goal because that was absolutely
class. That was good. That shit housing there was. If we won the game, that would have been clipped up and sent everywhere. But you can't send that on now when you don't win the game. So that shit housing was good though. I like that.
Yeah.
God. Good beats. The defense was poor today. That's the difference. We're not winning anything with this back 4 or 5 in big games. He's a back 5 at the moment. Again, season really is over this time. Effectively 9 points behind the Goons if they win their games in hand. United really were there for the taking tonight. No excuses, just not good enough. And it's more and more the same, guys. Do we want to just keep on doing this to ourselves? We can't do this anymore. We've got nothing else, have we? What else is there now for the season? I guess it's the North London derby, and I guess the game against West Ham is the 2 big London derbies that we've got left to play. Both of which we have to win them, but both of which I look at and thinking, oh my God, I don't think we would. At this moment in time, I'm going to have to get some sleep, get some rest, take some ibuprofen for the pain, Panadol, whatever I need to take, and just, do this again at some other point because it's not good with this Spurs.
I'm
Kieran saying nobody better. So I guess
you know what the funny thing is? Yeah, that's it. You know what the funny thing is, right? Honestly, all these Man United fans wanted Ronaldo out of the club, and now look at them all. Look at them all. Yeah. And all the ones that I've been talking to, get him out. He's poison. He's this. We should never have bought him. Now what they're doing? Shoo! All that shit, innit?
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen? He's just going to play shit for the next couple of games. And
you know that, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not wishing any badness on Man United, but I hope they don't get through in the bloody Champions League now because of that today. Because they really, you know what I mean? If I thought that's what was going to happen, that they were going to save Ronaldo for that because he's a Champions League player, and I thought I'm not going to play him today. But even if they did play him like they did today, I wasn't thinking that he was going to be what he was. I didn't think that was going to come out. I didn't think we'd allow him that much space and time because I know he's not going to press and win the ball. He's not going to do all of that. But you just know if you give Ronaldo enough time, space, he can do the damage. And whoa, criminal of us today. Very, very criminal. Kulishevsky is classy from Tom. I agree. Kulishevsky is a very good player for us. And I think he will definitely be a mainstay in this team. Ricky, well done, Ricky. We've got F all on the bench. That is true. And just Henry here is just showing us, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, win, loss. Then that's what we have. We're just shocking. Inconsistent. Final thoughts then, Christina. Do you have any final thoughts about the team? What are you looking forward to the game against Brighton? Can we still get a European place this season that is not the Conference League? So that means we have to finish. Is it 5th or 6th?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Actually,
is 6 still Europa? I hope it is.
You know what?
I think 6 might be Europa, but even then, I don't know. Final thoughts, Christina.
No. Like, it's just, I just think this season's done for us. That's it. It's game over. Right. Just reset now. Just get me to the next season now. I'm done with it. I'm honestly Yeah.
I was hoping it didn't come to this today. I was really hoping it wasn't going to be. I thought they'd at least keep us hanging on for a few more games, beat them lot today, or at least draw, give us that little sliver of hope. But it's done. It really is done for this season, isn't it?
I've noticed every time I've done a reaction game, we've lost. I don't think I've actually done one where we've won. Just wanted to point that out.
But you've invented the best name ever, so you can come on ever. Dorothy is definitely the best name for any Spurs player, and he was Dorothy today for me. But Sid, definitely. Sid, final thoughts. And are you looking forward to the remaining games for the season, and in particular the Brighton and West Ham games coming up?
3 words. Am I fuck? Pardon the language, but do you know what? Honestly, I'm done. And he wants our money by the end of April for us to renew our season tickets. He must be thinking that the Spurs fans are absolute mugs to commit themselves already now to next season, knowing what shit is going to happen. Because Conte must be thinking, what the fuck have I done here now? You know what I mean? But I'm just going to sign off with, although we've come to the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's so fucking natural.
Oh dear. This is what it comes to on Paxton Road TV. God. Anyway, make sure you hit that like button if you're watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel as well. Definitely share the content around. We try and have a laugh. We do this as a bit of therapy. You can't do anything else but try and have a laugh with this team. You can't put your house on them. You can't put your mortgage on them. You definitely can't do that. No way on earth can you do that. Gums are here saying, as my guy Canis keeps telling me, it's the hope that kills. Leads Everton lead into a false sense of security. It did. And if that's... I don't even know what that says, but it can't be anything good about Tottenham anyway. Probably saying
that is Uruguayan.
You remember that one? That was class. That was, guys. It's Saturday night. Get over this. Get your glad rags on and get yourself down to the pub.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to bed.
I don't want to watch matches a day. I don't want to do nothing else now. I don't want to go and watch. Usually I go and watch some of the other content and think, yeah, let's see what else. But I only go on there now and it just depresses me more because everybody's going to be depressed and saying the same thing. So it is what it is. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to us. As I said before, please hit that like button if you're new, and make sure you do share this content around. Thank you very much, Christina. Thank you very much, Sid. It's been a pleasure. Not so pleasurable, the result, but hey ho, can't say we've not been here before, have we? Do you know what I mean? It's not like it's a surprise or anything. We shouldn't be shocked at this.
One last thing. You, Mr. and Mr. Hotspur Hurley should be put in jail. Because I told you lot we was going to lose, but you lot thought we was going to win. So you lot need to go to jail.
I did say 3-2 on the score, though, didn't I? And I didn't think it was going to be 3-2 to them lot. But anyway, that's it. We're going to have to go now. Enjoy your Saturday night, people. We'll try to do the same. Look out for Judge Jodie. She does the player rating show. That should be interesting. There might be a few people in jail for that. But we're going now. That's enough. Enough of that. Enough rambling now. Thank you very much, Sid. Thank you very much, Christina. And thank you very much for watching. See you later.